Man, y'all already know who this is. This two-time Super Bowl champion, Ike Taylor from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chopping it up on Behind the Mask 2021, man. On the new version, man, we talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We talking about life after football. We talking about nephews. We talking about how the game used to be. We just chopping it up and just talking good football, period. So make sure y'all tune in. Behind the Mask 2021. Stay tuned.
Let's go behind the mask.
Welcome back to another episode of the Behind the Mask podcast. I am your host, Takeo Spikes. And you know I got to pull in the big fella. Big fella, where you at, homie?
What's going on? It's your favorite plus-size model, Tutan Reyes, in the building. Spice, what's good, family?
Man, everything good. You know, we got this saying, it's not too many times that we speak to a Super Bowl champion, but today we have a two-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
Huh?
Most def, man. He got more rings than we both got.
Well, I got a couple in high school and college, if I count that. But you are right when it comes to the professional side, man. But without further ado, how about we bring our dog to the stage, man? Y'all give it up for Ike Taylor.
Two-time
Super Bowl champ, Ike Taylor.
Hey,
What up?
appreciate y'all boys having me on the show, man. And matter of fact, Takeo,
Yeah.
high school don't count when it comes down to the rings.
You know what I'm saying?
How many
Hell
high
no.
school rings you got then?
Hell no. Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't even count, dude.
No, I'm saying how many you got though?
I got one, but I don't even count. That
Is
don't
it in
count.
football?
Yeah, that don't count.
Hey,
Man, I ain't see that. I need to check that fact sheet, man. I don't know, bro.
I got him right above the microwave. Matter of fact, right above the microwave.
hey, he said he keep his dimes in there. Spice, you the only one that wear your high school ring, bro. You like Al Bundy out here. Oh, man.
No, bro, but hey, man, we appreciate you checking in with us because, listen, it's that time of the year to where it's preseason. Training camp is officially starting, or it has started for a few teams already. And, you know, man, we just had to check in with you, bro, because you always keep it real, always appreciate what you bring to the table when you're on national TV and also when you're on Behind the Mask. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go behind the mask.
Hey, let's take off. Because you know me, the mask, either you got the mask or the mask got to come off. So however y'all want to do it, we're going to do it.
Say less. So we're going to start with a segment of the show that we call This or That. We're going to ask you a few questions. You got to give us one side or the other side. It's going to be some tough questions, man. So we're going to give it to you right now. Spice, go ahead, take it away, bro.
Listen, man, we don't start with, since you got the high school rings where you keep the dimes at on top of the microwave, we don't talk about the Super Bowl wins that you got. So which Super Bowl win was more gratifying, the first or the second one?
Oh, the first one,
Why is that?
2005. The reason why it was the most gratifying for me, because that was my first year ever starting. Then I wound up getting an interception in the Super Bowl. But for us, we did it more for Jerome Bettis. Like, we knew Jerome Bettis, if we was to go to the Super Bowl, we was going back home in Detroit. Okay. So, and that's where Jerome was from. So the whole year, we was like, do it for Bussy. That was our motto. So, and it wound up, you know, us saying it, then it wound up becoming true. It was like, dang, this is a real unselfish team. Because I remember going to Detroit and going to Bussy Mama house, and you having damn near 50 guys sleeping on the floor, sleeping in the bed, sleeping on the couch, but we all just sitting down chopping it up, and she wound up cooking for everybody. So I'm like, you got grown men, we can be doing anything else, but we all appreciate each other this much that we're in mom's house, chopping it up, eating home cooked food. That's when I knew it was real.
No doubt, man. And y'all got you got another ring, I should say. And we're gonna give you a little hypothetical now. So Ike Taylor is a general manager, first year general manager, and you have to hire a coach. Both of those coaches have won Super Bowls. Who are you gonna take, Bill Cowher or Mike Tomlin?
Oh, I'm taking Coach Cowher.
Why is that?
Coach T is more like button up. Now, don't get me wrong. Coach T IQ when it comes down to football is off the charts. Coach Cowher, he that old school. Like he liked the Oklahoma drills. He loved the two-a-days. He's from Pittsburgh. He went to Cleveland, then he wound up being the Pittsburgh head coach. So he's a yinzer. Like how they call Louisiana boys like Creole, Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh, they call each other yinzers. So he's a real live yinzer. And at the time, it was just that old school mentality. So you had to earn it. He didn't care whether you was a free agent or a first-round draft pick. Coach Cowher didn't care whether he was wrong or right about drafting a guy at a particular round. Dude had to earn it. So that's what I loved about Coach Cowher. It made our team kind of shy away from the coaching style, but really bond together as teammates. So Coach Cowher's mindset was, I'd rather y'all hate me and love each other. So now I know I got a team.
Gotcha.
So, for me, Coach Cowher, man, it just being a head coach and actually being born in that city, that's a rare opportunity. So for him to be able to do both, he kind of understood what it was to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, what it was to be a Yinzer, what it was to have the pierogies, what it was to be like on the south side, Penn Hills, and all that good stuff, going through the Fort Pitt tunnels. Coach just understood what it was, and he brought that with his coaching.
Oh, that's dope, bro. And I appreciate the IQ and the insight. So let me ask you this last one of this and that. You did a fabulous job. I'll say this to anybody. You were one of those DBs who just really got up under the skin of any receiver that you played against, and you stayed up under their skin. So right. I ask you, if you had to pick one receiver to start off with a team, let's say your Pittsburgh Steelers, who would it be out of these two? Heinz Ward or Juju Smith-Schuster?
Heinz Ward all day. That's a hands down. I've seen Hall of Fame safeties, linebackers, DNs. Look for number 86 on the field. And the reason why you looking for number 86 on
why you looking for him? Go ahead and tell us, Coach.
Because he knocking heads off.
Ooh.
So then I got a receiver. Instead of looking for a Mike, instead of looking for a running back, I got a receiver that's intimidating defensive guys. I have never seen nothing like it. He'll knock your block off and come to the sideline and small. He used to say, if he don't have body counts, he's not playing ball. That's what Heinz used to say all the time. Man, I need body counts. Yeah. I need body counts. But Heinz was a little bit different. But hands down, and there's no disrespect, but between Juju and Heinz,
yeah.
I didn't see Hall of Famers duck and dodge number 86 when he didn't have the ball.
Well, hey, I started off in that same division, and I know it. I used to hear the conversation from DBs like, hey, dog, listen, when you running, you make sure you run to the ball full speed, and you always know where number 86 is at. Not during the play, but before the play, so you have an idea of where you can get cleaned up. So you don't be part of that body count.
So picture back in the day when you had to go to training camp against him.
Oh.
You're like, dang, and he
didn't do y'all like that in practice, though, did he?
The rules were different back then, too.
If you piss him off, he used to talk to himself in third person. Like, man, they got Woody effed up. You'd be like, Heinz, who you talking to? Myself. That's what he used to tell himself. Man, they got Woody effed up. We're like, damn, bro. Heinz, who you talking to? Man, I'm talking to myself. Oh, yeah, this dude got a few screws loose. For real. But we used to sign, hey, Heinz, this the kind of practice it's going to be. We used to sign peace treaties all the time. Bro, when you got opportunity to go out and knock me out, just make sure you don't.
just ease up a little bit. Ease up.
Bro, don't even do it. Just go out, say pick a boo, laugh at me, do something. But don't come full speed at me.
Hey, bro, like, I love it because I think the things that really separate you, and I got an opportunity really to to know you from a personal side, but you love ball and you quick to tell anybody that, and you exude that whenever you talk about it, bro. So since the season is really now upon us, like, how does it make you feel, man, even though we're out of the game, but like when training camp opens up, like, do you feel a certain type of way? Do you get a little itchy? Do you get irritated when people bother you in the month of August?
It kind of left me because it's going on year 7. So getting into that training camp mode, and we all know that training camp mode, man, is your body kind of and your mind kind of turn into a whole different person, because now you got to go into training camp and it's nothing but survival mode. You know, you got to prove yourself every year. Just because you signed a new contract or first, second round guy, that really don't matter. From year to year, man, you got to prove yourself. Like, I'm still that guy y'all was last year, or I'm gonna be better than that guy than y'all thought I was last year. So for training camp, man, it just, you be kind of, and y'all can understand this, you be kind of become mutated. Like you turn into somebody different, but you got to, because what I tell people all the time, football is organized violence. So they paying me to run into another grown man, regardless on his size, and I got this whole stadium cheering for me. Not too many people sign up for that. You know, they say it until they actually get the opportunity. So for us to actually get into this training camp mode, you got to turn into a totally different person, and that's what people really don't understand.
And what did you do when you went into training camp? For me, I told all my family, I said, you know what? For this month, y'all figure it out. Because when we get to the league, you know, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your kids, everybody wants something, wives or whatever, wants something. I said, for this 1 month, y'all figure it out. What was your mindset when you went to training camp?
Mine was more, I was thinking years ahead. So I knew a lot of my family, my close family, friends, they was going to already say I was selfish. And the reason why they was going to say I was selfish was because I figure I'm the only person who can make this amount of money in this short amount of years to make sure a lot of people straight. So from that point on, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care how you felt, what you thought about me. And, you know, once I got into that mutated mindset, and I kept that mutated mindset throughout the offseason, I'm like, either you're going to rock with me or you're going to get lost, because I'm in a position where this can be generational. So in order for me to get this generational money and to save this generational money, y'all going to have to wait at least 10, 12 years. That's and this is what it is. I set my mama down. I set my sister down. I set my son mama down. I ain't even really have to talk to my homeboys. It's just, man, y'all just going to have to come off. Y'all just going to have to enjoy the ride. But for me, I was thinking kind of different, because that was my mentality. Once I got in training camp, I mean, coming up from New Orleans at the time, we was the #1 murder capital in the world. Like, from 94 to 98, we was #1 in the world. So my back against the wall, I always had that mentality. So I really wasn't tripping on going to training camp, because I always felt like I was mutated. But I had to sit them down. And once I sat them down, there was like, oh snap, because my vision was different. Like, I was thinking different. Like, I'm thinking, man, and y'all know, man, we retired early. We still got a whole lot of life ahead of us. So once I sat them down, they kind of understood, like, okay, just, we're going to enjoy the ride, but leave this dude alone.
Gotcha.
Hey, and I think that's like the epitome. When you talk about that mindset, I think it's the epitome of what I look at when I used to see Steeler football, right? And now when you fast forward now and you look at the lack of, I even say on the offensive side, the league has changed. You know, back then, I can truly say when Ben came in, they spoon-fed Ben, and now he's turned into the guy who's going to be throwing damn near 40, 45 times a game. You look over the last 4 to 5 years, the rushing records or the rushing yards that has been accumulated or the lack of has not been the same of how it used to be from the typical or ideal example of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You guys went out and drafted Najee Harris. Like, how do you think he will gel into this offense? And do you expect for him to be able to really get them back into like a top 5 to top 10 rushing team in the National Football League?
That's going to be on 7. And I've been saying this for the longest. Like, 7 got to run. He has to want to run the ball. But Mr. Art Rooney already said we will never be last again in rushing. Because when you run the ball, and we all know, you're exuding your personality. So when you run, and by the end of the day, it's a reason why they don't have fantasy football in the playoffs, because it really becomes football. It becomes smash mouth football. Ain't no tight ends getting no more 100-yard games. Ain't no receivers getting no more 100-yard games. We handing this ball off, offensive line versus defensive line, linebackers on running backs. You might have a play or two in the playoffs when it comes down to the wide receivers. But by the end of the day, this backyard football. And that's how it is. And that's how we play, and that's how we won championships. Backyard ball mentality. Y'all know we about to run the ball with Deuce Staley, Willie Parker, Jerome Bettis. Now stop us. And we're going to play good defense. Fast forward to the playoffs. Run the ball, good defense. Now stop us. You just saw Tom Brady about 4 or 5 years ago come back from a 25-3 league in the second half. All he did was run the ball.
Yep.
That's all that man did was run the ball. So I'm like, dang, they swapped it. All the Atlanta Falcons had to do was run the ball because you only get 3 timeouts. But instead, ego comes in. Offensive egos come in, whether it's the head coach or the offensive coordinator. That ego and that pride step in. I want Matt Ryan to have better stats statistically than Tom Brady. Tom Brady, like, man, y'all can have them stats. I just want to put another Super Bowl under my belt. And I know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to hand this ball off, and then we're going to go play action pass. That's what people don't understand. Cleveland walked into Pittsburgh, what they did? They ran the ball.
Same thing. Same exact thing you said.
The year Patrick Mahomes won the ball, when he won that Super Bowl, how he won that Super Bowl? They ran the ball. They didn't pass the ball. Now they got there from passing, but by the end of the day, man, you got to go back to hand that ball off. You got to put that ball in that running back's stomach. That's the only way you're gonna win in the playoffs. Is when you do that. So people just get too caught up in these, and I get it. Football for the regular season for me has changed when it comes down to stats. It's 7-on-7. But if you look at Tom Brady and what he just did, everybody thought Leonard Fournette season in his career damn near was over with.
Yep.
And what Tom Brady called, what they start calling Leonard Fournette? Playoff P.
Playoff P.
Playoff Lenny. That's what they start calling it. Playoff Lenny. Because Tom Brady gets it and he understands it. Y'all gonna forever beat me in passing yards. Y'all gonna statistically, I probably won't be in the top 5. But boy, I get 7 to 8 Super Bowls. Won't none of y'all ever catch me. And how I'm gonna get them? Good defense. And we all saw what Tampa Bay did during that playoff run. They played good cover 2 defense, downhill, bend don't break, and Tom Brady handled that thing off. And when he needed to pass, when he saw something he liked on the outside, or Rob Gronkowski sitting there inside, play action pass, I'm gonna give you the ball. But for the most part, it goes from Leonard Fournette to not playing to starting for the playoffs. Now we calling him Playoff Lenny. This ain't hard, man. They just make it hard. Football ain't hard. Organized violence. That's all it is. But the teams who win Super Bowls, we all have the same recipe. So that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers have to get back to. Smash mouth football on defense, which they have. They got a nice defense in their prime. They got some young stars. They got some studs. You got some guys who was hurt last year. They coming back. Your Devin Bushes, your Highsmiths, and all the T.J. Watts, your Tuits. You got your Joe Hayden's old school veteran guy at the corner. Then you wind up getting a trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick. Like, you got guys at every level that are superstars. That don't happen too often on one team.
Bro, and I'll tell you this. I never, and to that point, when you say when they made that trade for Minka, I thought he was a baller, but I was like, I think they may have gave up too much for him, you know. And I didn't think he was gonna come over, and I thought he was a good player, but bro, he has been lights out since the day he came to Pittsburgh, bro. Real.
They view Coach T and Kevin Colbert. Kevin Colbert is the general manager. They view Minka since he was at Alabama as a Steeler. They just couldn't get him. And when they saw the opportunity to get him, they went got him. And they hit, like you say, they hit on that one. Because usually when you have trades, you don't hit like how Minka playing. You don't usually hit a guy like that. Well, they hit out the ballpark on that one when they got Minka.
So yeah, I addressed the run game, and you were on record saying it's about that time for Ben Roethlisberger to hang up his cleats, man. You still feel that way?
I mean, it's too late now. They just restructured his deal. so I gotta rock with him now. But this is no knock to Ben, but the only reason why I was saying it was because I'm looking at Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield. So in the AFC North, which had pushed out 3 playoff teams last year in one division, when you try to look for the successor, who will it be, and how long will you be behind these 3 guys I just named? So how many years, if you don't win a Super Bowl, your organization going to be behind a Joe Burrow, who looks like he's got a promising future if he didn't get hurt last year? Lamar Jackson, league MVP a couple of years ago, and Baker Mayfield just got a good setup. 2 running backs, the best offensive line, a lot of first rounders on that defense, with some studs at receivers and tight ends. So that's how I was looking at it. I was looking at it from a front office standpoint. Like, I'd rather take this L right now while my defense is in a prime as a young quarterback. So I'd rather give me a young quarterback, go on, let the man play, give me a running back to go with it. My offensive line ain't bad. My defense is definitely spectacular. Got some good young receivers. Okay, we'll go 8-8. But next year you're gonna see the 10-6. We're now in 17 games, but you're gonna see the 11-7s and all that good stuff. After that, we can take off, you know. But I felt like the longer you wait to move on, the longer you're gonna have to wait to catch up.
So you talked about the other quarterbacks, and I want you to keep your GM hat on, because like when you look at that AFC North, like they've become like noticeably good when it comes to the quarterback position. I want to get how you rank the quarterback position in the AFC North. Baltimore, you look at Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and also, like you said, Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
It's Lamar Jackson, Big Ben, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield.
Wow, Burrow in front of Baker already?
I mean, I'm looking at what they got to work with. So if I put Joe Burrow in Cleveland, Joe Burrow about to act a fool. If I put Baker Mayfield in Cincinnati, I don't know. If I put any one of them in Cleveland, they all got action. If I put Ben in Cleveland, got action. If I put Lamar in Cleveland, got action. If I put Joe Burrow in Cleveland, got action. Because I'm just looking at how they got the best offensive line. You got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubbs.
Yeah.
You got what? 3 tight ends. You got OBJ, which was hurt last year. You got not T Higgins. My little young
Chase.
Worlds. You got Jarvis Landry, and you got Worlds people from Michigan, the other young star receiver. So then on defense, all you've been drafting was first and second rounders. That's all. That's all you got on defense in the backfield. So you got it. So then I look at the quarterback. Like, is the quarterback that good? And I like Baker. I like his swag. He always got that chip on the shoulder against the eyes and back against the wall and all that good stuff. But at the same time, man, what Cleveland do if Lamar was there? What Cleveland do if Big Ben was there? What Cleveland do if Joe Burrow was there? Because I'm looking at what these guys are working with now and how their team is responding. So that's how I look at it. So right now, yeah, I go with, if I have my GM hat on and I'm starting the team today,
right?
Yeah, it's Lamar, Big Ben, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield.
And you still gonna pick Big Ben number 2 if you start in the team though?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still gonna give them number 2 because don't forget they still did 11-0.
That's
I mean, they fell off the last 5 games, but they still 11-0. They still hit 11-0, and a lot of that had to do with Big Ben.
No, that's facts. And if you look at, I would even look at putting Cincinnati as number 4. Right? Did you have Cincinnati at 4? Or you had them at 3?
No, I was talking about quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay, quarterback. Yeah.
Team wise, Cincinnati is 4. I agree.
Yeah.
AFC North team wise, Cincinnati is 4. I mean, really between Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and the Baltimore Ravens, it's gonna be a toss up for 1, bro. I hate to say it. It's gonna be a fight for that number 1 spot. It's gonna be a dog fight for that number 1 spot, bro. Because Cleveland not the old Cleveland, and Lamar ain't the old, like Lamar getting better. So it's gonna be on 7. And if 7 hand that ball off this year, Pittsburgh got action.
Facts. And I can't really speak to this. We're gonna get into you a little bit. I can't speak to it because I'm not a cigar aficionado like yourself and my man Takeo. But what gave you the idea for one-of-a-kind cigars?
Being there every damn day. Going to the cigar bar every day, chilling with the old heads. Then one of my homeboys, my partner, who I'm doing it with, Howard. You can go to Howard G Cigars, and my one-of-a-kind cigars on the line right there. But he was like, bro, I'm about to start my own cigars, man. You should hop on. And I was like, hell, what I need to do? I said, you know what, man, let me at least just educate myself. So it took me about 1.5 years to educate myself. Took me some time. I had to go down to Nicaragua, go to Lancaster, PA, go to Connecticut, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to know and wanted to see, wanted to touch and feel how everything was made. So, I wound up, like I said, it took 1.5 years, and smoke cigars like drinking red wine. If anybody drinks red wine, everybody got their own palate on what kind of wine they like. If it's red, whether it's a Cab, whether it's a Merlot, whether it's a Pinot, whether it's a Syrah, and whether it's mild, medium, or bold, that's just how it is. Same way with cigars. So my palate is like a medium to bold kind of palate when it came down to the cigar. So it's 20% Lancaster, PA, and it's wrapped in a Sumatra leaf from Connecticut. So that's what it was, man. But the process, I enjoyed the process of learning and educating myself when it came down to these cigars. And I wound up dishing them out like 3-4 months ago, and they're doing real good.
Yeah, Takeo had the same fate though, but he had the same interest in cigars, but he had a different fate. We went to Cuba a few years back, and we did the whole cigar rolling tour. I don't know if he ever told you the story, but we coming back, and they told us we can only bring like 2 boxes back. This joker gonna try to sneak like 4 or 5 boxes back in the suitcase. We coming through customs. Guess what? We done missed the flight. We couldn't find this joker. They told all of us to go one way and had Spice go the other way, man.
Had me in customs.
That Cuban that Cuban tobacco, that Cuban leaf is damn near priceless. So they don't want you really coming back with a lot of their product because it's just that good. That smoke is really that good. Like, that's why they can pretty much charge whatever they want to charge, man, because that leaf down in Cuba, for some reason, man, that's a hell of a leaf. I don't know what they're doing down there, but that's a hell of a leaf down there in Cuba. So, and I've been to Cuba a few times, you know what I'm saying? And one of my homeboys, matter of fact, OG, he tried to do the same thing. He tried, and it got his ass in customs. But what I was trying to tell OG, I said, OG, if you split it up, you're around 5 dudes. If you just give us a pack of pieces, we got action. But nah, he wanted to just bring, man, I got this. I got a young buck. And when they was walking his ass back to customs, you thought he was selling 17,000 kilos of coke. I said, don't look back now. I said, don't look back now. You on your own. I told you I had giving them Cubans.
Hey, bro, listen.
And he went to sweat. Hey, he went to sweat like a pig in slop.
Hey, bro, and it was like it hurt me though because I was like, dog, I got like I had like 6 boxes, and so when I'm trying to go through, they was like, we came through Mexico City, and they were like, hey, I hear what you're saying, but you got to give me those. Like, you ain't paid no taxes or net. I was like, oh, I wasn't aware. Let me. I got cash. I'll pay it to you right now, but I need them smokes. I ain't even trying to sell them. Oh, bro, they tried to act like they didn't even know English at the time. But you know what I mean? So that hurt me, dog. It hurt me.
I saw my OG go through it. I saw that slow walk he had. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't let nothing happen to him. I followed him all the way through customs. Like, I went with him. So I was gonna ride with him regardless. But it like he was walking into death. It looked like OG, but you was right. It went from English to Spanish to I don't know no English back to English. So
Yeah,
I said,
that's how it is.
I said, y'all gotta stop this. By the end of the day, we was all laughing, but I said, y'all gotta stop this. So y'all give me a sentence. Then you go to Spanish in it. Then you say you speak no English. Then you come back to me in English. Like, y'all, this the move?
I know it, right?
That's the move right now. I said, boy, y'all gotta stop this. Y'all do this too often. Y'all do this too often.
I know, bro. That's one of my favorite pastimes, man, to sit back and throw up a stogie, man. But I know you've gotten into a lot of different things. In particular, I know you train a lot of kids and everything. But what else been keeping you busy, bro, since you've now retired and outside of doing the media deal?
So I got the Believe in Steelers podcast on Believe in Podcast that I do with Mark Bergen once a week. I got my cigar line, me and Howard. So you can go to howardgcigars.com or you can go to Howard G Cigars at Howard G Cigars on Instagram. So we got that, and you can catch your one of a kind all day. That's the name of my cigars, one of a kind. Also, I got to be leaving soon because my second oldest nephew, he's like the number 2 D tackle in the nation. So we're actually driving up to Florida State for his official visit. So we did Florida State, Texas, Tennessee, Florida. So them are 5. My other nephew, he's ranked. He plays safety. We got to see where he's going to go. I got a younger nephew. He's in the 10th grade, going to 11th. He's 6'3". He's ranked the number 10 safety in the state of North Carolina. My son, this is his first year going to high school. He's ranked top 100 athlete in the state of Florida. So they've been keeping me busy, bro. So like I tell them all the time, I say, usually out of four boys, you only have 1 dog.
Yeah.
I got 4 dogs.
Ooh.
I got 4. I got 4 dogs.
And you training all of them.
And they eating. They and all of them love contact, and that usually don't happen.
What made you get into the passion of training the kids and just having that interaction with the youth now?
Giving them everything I wish I would have did. So they're ahead of the game, and for me, well, first of all, you got to have the work ethic. So like I tell my son and my nephews, if I got to tell you twice, you don't want it. You ain't passionate about it, So you just hoping and wishing, that you won't make it in this world. Because once you leave the house, the world don't care nothing about you.
Nothing.
You got to make the world care about you. So you got to do some spectacular stuff. But the only way you're gonna do that is being persistent and consistent at what you say you love. So that's what I tell them. 2 is it's the football IQ. I wish I had somebody who broke it down to me and just in the simplest form of how football really is. And that's what I do. So when they go on the field and they talking to the defensive coordinator, he don't know what they're talking about, but they're calling out plays on the offensive side because they see a certain formation or because this is what they saw on 3rd and 5 or this is what they about to see on 2nd and 14. When they doing this at 14 years old, I'm proud because I wish somebody would have gave me the game when I was 12 and 13 years old to slow the game down for me, not just me just playing off my God-given talent. So that's I like the growth. I like the growth about it. So for me, man, it's just a work ethic. And I show them I work out with them. So it's the work ethic and just giving them not only the game of football, but the game in life. Like, I'm telling y'all, once y'all leave the house, the world don't care, bro. It's a cold world out there, bro. Cold world. So y'all gotta, while y'all got the opportunity to make a lot of money, man, y'all gotta make the best of it. And it's getting up at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning for the next 20 years. But when you retire at 35 and you're sitting on 100 million, you just like, man, it's whatever. Like, this is what I do. You gonna understand that. So just trying to give them the game, man. That's all.
Hey, bro, I salute you for that. And that seems to be the trend. When you look at Eddie George at Tennessee State, you look at Prime, went back to coaching HBCU in Mississippi. So it's all about giving back to the younger guys, and it's so much bigger than the game of football. It's all about quality of life and making sure you set a standard on your way, getting to the top, and then leaving that standard behind for others to follow. Ike, man, we appreciate the time, bro. Thank you for going behind the mask.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me on the show, man. Anytime y'all want to chop it up, man, I'm always willing to come back on the show, bro.
Already. We gonna check in with you throughout the season then, bro.
Yes, sir.